Hey guys, this is Haley with the Subconscious Oracle. I just want to go ahead and deliver a reading with just the energies right now for just the general collective. This may or may not resonate with you. I'm going to see what we pull from these cards. I'm exhausted. I've had a long day. I have a sick 4-year-old. I've worked a lot, but who hasn't, right? And I'm just so you know, that's why I'm looking a little run down. I'm a little quiet because he's sleeping. But I'm going to pull some cards. I feel this new moon energy that just came in it's been different for everybody, this Gemini full moon, okay? So it's had that whole, you need to get out there and go and do something and mingle and have fun with people. But then we had all these other planets that were like squared, which were also making you just want to go inside and not be around people. So it's a lot of split energies. You may have felt one way one minute and another way the next. I personally have been like hustling, like working, like hustling, doing one thing to the next thing, home repair, like whatever it is, I've been doing it. And I've wanted to do it. Like I felt good about doing it, but I feel like now I'm kind of tired and I'm hoping I don't like hit some burnout wall. So I have gone ahead. I did one other reading I was called to do for Gemini. It was kind of, I don't know. I've just been told to be for Gemini, and I don't really have any Gemini placements at all. And when I was sitting there reading it, one of these crystals like flew off. So if you're a Gemini or you have a Gemini in your chart, feel free to check that out. So I don't know what we're going to get here. I'm going to pull a card from the archetype cards. I sat and shuffled these. They've been saged. You know, I've asked Spirit to guide us, and I'm just looking for a message for the general collective and see just what the current energies are right now, and maybe you resonate with them, maybe you don't. I'm going to start with an archetype card. These are new to me, and it's a rather large deck. So I am going to go ahead and pull them, and we're just going to leave it out here, and at the end I'm going to look it up, but maybe it will bring a message to you when you see it. We'll take a look. So what do we have for the general collective? There's 2 of those. I think I'm going to put them back. I don't know. If they pop out again, they're meant to be, right? There's a lot to shuffle. General collective. What message do we have for the general collective right now in this energy where we're coming off of this new moon? What do we have for the general collective? So hard to shuffle these big cards. All right, I'm going to cut the deck. Gemini, spirit guides, angels. What messages do we have for the general collective for this Gemini new moon? The sword. Now it looks here like this sword is splitting day from light. It's splitting shadow from light, day from night, shadow from light, right? So maybe we are at a pathway, and I feel like we are as people now, as a society, as a whole, as humans. Every day we battle with which side we're going to stand on in regards to everything, right? You pick what you wear in the morning, you pick how you speak to somebody, you pick how you react, you pick how you respond. And I think we're kind of just picking who we are and who we want to be now with these current things that are going on in the world. And there's so many things going on. I don't even have to mention them because there's something that you're thinking about, there's something that I'm thinking about. And regardless, there's a side on both issues, both of them. Whether this is personal, whether this is as the world, as humanity, there is a dark and a light, there is a day and a night. And this is the sword, and it's kind of showing that duality, right? So let's go ahead and put that down. I will clarify that card. I have the book here. I'm going to read straight from it. I don't know these cards. I'm not going to sit and bullshit you and pretend that I do, but I'd like to see what, you know, what it means. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards. Whoa. Okay, come on now. What is the current mood of the general collective from this Gemini new moon? Where is the general collective kind of just vibing and sitting? Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay. Anything else? I'm going to pull a couple of Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, what else have we got? Gemini. Not Gemini. I keep saying Gemini. Gemini moon. Where is the collective right now? Where is the collective in this energy? All right, we're going to take that. Queen of Cups. Oh, reverse. Gemini, Moon, collective energies on the whole. Gemini, Moon. All right, we're going to take that. Wow. Okay. So we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands in the upright, right, is initiating, starting something, putting all your power, putting all your energy into it, and moving forward. In the reverse, the Eight of Wands, and I always say, because this card looks like fireworks, in the reverse, in my head, the Eight of Wands is a bunch of fucking bottle rockets all aiming at the floor, being set off and not knowing where the hell they're going. The energies right now are directed all over the place, and they're sporadic and they're spur of the moment, and they're just, nobody knows where to direct their energy. And I think it's got something to do with all the shit that's going on. There's so much going on. What do we worry about? What do we put first? What do we focus? Where does the focus need to be? And I think it's causing so much confusion and taking so much of our energy that whether you're just working to just avoid it or to keep up with the day, or whether you're just thinking about it, it's exhausting. I mean, it's not, God, I feel it in my chest. Like, it's just a lot of this energy, but it's all over the fucking place. I'm probably gonna get cut off YouTube, whatever. I will have to tone down the vulgarity. But I just feel like the energy's all over the place. It's so, like, my shoulder, whew, serenity now. We are basically just firing in every which direction right now because none of us fucking know which way to go. I feel that energy right now. Like, nobody knows where we should be directing our energy. Like, you have a good idea, but then you don't, which kind of comes back to this, right? It's that whole polarity. Like, 1 minute we're here, 1 minute we're there. All right, let's go to the Queen of Cups in the reverse position. So the Queen of Cups in the upright, like, she's full of love, she's acceptance, she's guidance, she's in that higher realm, I got this. In the reverse, she's kind of an asshole sometimes. And I think it's because we have all this love and we have all this energy, and once again, we don't know where to direct it, and it's coming out in gossipy, and it's coming out in arguments, and I feel like there's just a lot of arguments, and there's a lot of chaos, and there's a lot of conflict. And I don't watch the news. I couldn't tell you what's going on. I am on Instagram, so I see obviously some stuff, and then you follow certain algorithms, so it can be biased. So there's two sides to all of that too. But I mean, there's always just a lot of anger and a lot of bitchiness and a lot of, you know, stubbornness I'm feeling with this Queen of Cups in reverse. A lot of not willing to bend and just sticking to your point of view and fuck you if you don't like it kind of thing, you know. And in some ways it's good because you do want to stick to your morals and your guns, but in other ways I think that we're shutting other people's opinions out. And as a whole, as humanity, we need to put all the news and the everything else aside and know people for who they are and see that we all kind of hopefully generally have one main goal, right? To be alive, to love each other, and to let everything get along so that we can leave a better place for the people that come after us. But we don't get to dictate who's right and wrong and how that's done. I think we have to work, right? And I think this Queen of Cups upside down energy right now is us not quite all being on the same page, and just a lot of, you know, screw it, screw that. Queen of Cups can be jealousy, it can be bickering, it can be gossip. I mean, and this could be like a work situation. This could be a relationship. This could be your family. But just pulling it as a whole, I feel like this is just like, I don't know why I'm itching. Society as a whole, right? But then the card that follows that is death and rebirth, which is awesome. I feel like there is, and you know, and this card's cool because it's like the Reaper, but then there's all this light and beauty, and there's this world that comes out of this death that is such a beautiful rebirth with this forest and these lights and these trees. And it's kind of like, if we can let go of this, my way is right, your way is wrong, you know, obviously just not in like crazy stuff where, you know, people's friggin', there's just nasty people, there's nasty stuff going on. It's not like forgive everybody, happy. But in general, let's stop fighting with each other about the dumb bullshit when there's really big things going on where we need to join together. And I think the world and the collective as a whole needs a new death and a rebirth. And I mean that on a spiritual level, on a humanitarian level, not on a, you know, wipe the globe out and start over level. Although there's been days. No, I'm just kidding. But I think it's time for everybody to have like this big subconscious rebirth and to realize what really does matter and to kill off this old way of thinking, this old narrative and this old mindset, and to rebirth something better, something new, to build within community, to rebirth in a better energy. So I guess if there's something out there that's stagnating your energy and it's upsetting you and it's not a way you would do things, rather than argue about it and say, that's not the way I would do it, but it's time to kill it off, let it go, sever the relationship, walk away from the job, leave the family member that you just can't talk to anymore, leave them with love, of course, move from the area that you don't want to be in, change the people that you vote for in your local office, like whatever the hell it is. Kill off the old way and bring a rebirth, because I think it's the only way that we have a fighting chance. And I feel like it's happening though. I mean, I feel like the light is overtaking the dark, because if you look at all these cards, right, and yeah, it's the deck and it's how they've drawn, but I could pull some cards out of this deck, you know, that are like pretty, you know, pretty dark. They have dark shadows and, you know, and there's grays and dark colors, but these are all pretty bright colors. And I really feel like the light and the brightness is driving out the dark. And we are right now in a situation as people that the powers that be would prefer that we hate each other, but they're realizing we don't. And all the things that are being done are not working anymore. And we have to come to that death of these old narratives so that we can rebirth again, right? I don't know. All of that just came to me, but there was so much like anxiety and just frustration in this Eight of Wands reverse, but I found calm in this death card. I found calm in this death and rebirth, right? And the number 13 is the, you know, that's the number the death card is in the deck. I just feel there's so much light, and in the background, you know, the lights are swirling. It's like the aurora borealis, and whatever side you're on with that, I don't care, because everybody has a good reason and their own reason to feel or know why that's happening, okay? I really don't care, because whatever way you think, you've thought about it, right? But then also you've got to listen when other people say and kind of take their ideas for it, right? Like some people will say, you know, it's man-made and it's being done, and I'm not even going to get into my stuff on here, right? And then other people are like, no, it's natural, it's happening because of X, Y, and Z. And it's fine, because I don't know why it happened. I'm not out there. I have my ideas. Do I have things that I think are happening? Sure. But I'm not going to totally shut somebody else down that sees it as another way. We have to come into this point of listening to each other, or we're not going to grow anything. There's going to be too much cutting down and cutting off, right? So let's see, enough of my yammering. I am so tired, guys. I feel that you probably have that exhaustion too, because how can you not with that sporadic Eight of Wands and us having this black and white duality? And I'm going to pull from this book. Watch, this card's probably not even going to mean anything like that. But I read intuitively, and that's what I got. So let's go ahead and pull the sword. The sword. So if you're still with me, please click like and subscribe. I do general readings for certain, and I want to do them for all signs, but I want to know who's interested, and I want to go ahead and read for the signs that are going to tune in. So if you want to go ahead and drop, you know, your horoscope sign or one of your, you know, your sun, moon, or rising in the comments, I would be happy to go ahead and do readings for those signs of those people that are following me. And you can let me know if they resonate with you. Gosh, this book's so massive. All right, the sword. So the sword in here, okay, it's on page, it's card 62. I am absolutely shit at Roman numerals. That's what that is, 62. And it's going to be on page 189. So let's take a gander at what 189 is. Excuse me, I'll snuff it. It sounds so delightful. All right, what we got? The sword. To use the sword is to decide. There you go, right? The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away if you find the sword in your grasp. You can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourselves. We must make these cuts again and again if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infamous shapery of destiny. Cutting through to what is essential. So like we said, right, cut away the shit. Like, it makes absolute sense for that death and rebirth. Cut the shit away. What is the shit to you? What is no longer serving you? What is, and this is just as much to me, trust me, if you knew my life, I'm like, sometimes I wonder if I'm just pulling my own energy, but I think it's just pretty relevant for everybody. There's some other little messages on here too. Let's take a look. Boundary making, that's for me. Prioritizing and clarifying are gestures that are made possible by the sword. The sword is a metaphor for the pen and the brush, the artist's fierce and graceful tools. Contemplate the Buddhist philosophy of the first and second arrow. Swing the sword once with precision and commitment. More than that will be painful for everyone involved. So you want to just cut away those things, those places, those people, and go into that death and rebirth. And I think I think this is a message, just like I said, it is a message for the collective. It's a message for humanity as a whole, right? To just cut, and there can't be light without dark and all that good stuff. And that's very, very true, right? Your yin and your yang. But what do you want to focus on, and what do you want to be part of? And every day you wake up and you decide if you want to do the light or you want to do the dark, like where you're feeling. And some days we feel dark. We're not always going to be full of love and light. And some days you're like, I want to stay in bed and fuck the world. And I get it. God, I get it a lot. But I think if there are things and there are ways of thinking and there are just old ideals that are just shit, it's time to just cut them out. And that is humanity as a whole right now, right? Because we're not serving each other by fighting with each other, and we're sure as shit not serving ourselves, because it's a really crap mindset to be in, right? So here's to making it a better future and a better world. And I don't know why I felt to do that, but I hope that message brings something to you. I hope you all sleep beautifully tonight and just go to bed. And my friend always says, go to bed and tell yourself, I'm going to sleep great tonight. I'm going to rest. I'm going to be in peace. My pillow is beautiful. Just talk yourself into a nice sleep and good dreams. And hopefully I will see you guys back here. Okay? Thank you for tuning in, and have a great weekend, and drop me a comment. Thank you.